Your Excellency the President, Your Excellency the Deputy President, the Prime Cabinet Secretary, the leadership of the National Assembly led by the Speaker of the National Assembly and the Speaker of the Senate, the Attorney General, honorable guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This state ceremony is convened pursuant to Article 115 of the Constitution for presidential assent of the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022. The Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bills number 34 of 2022 received presidential assent. The principal object of the bill is to provide the development, regulation, and promotion of the sugar industry after the repeal of the former Sugar Act through the enactment of the Crops Act in 2013. The bill mandates the Kenya Sugar Board to, among others, regulate, develop, and promote the sugar industry and coordinate the activities of individuals and organizations within the industry, take part in policy formulation and implementation, establish linkages with government agencies and research institutions, facilitate the sale, import, export of local sugar, advise local sugar growers, regulate prices of sugar, licensing sugar mills, and conduct local and international market surveillance. The enactment of the bill will facilitate the transformation of the sugar sector, which has been adversely affected since 2013 by addressing, among others, increased cost of sugar production, declining land acreage under sugar, lack of markets for sugar, failure to control imports and exports of sugar, poor management of sugar companies, and lack of research and cane development initiatives. The re-establishment of the Kenya Sugar Board, the introduction of the Institute, and the administration of the Sugar Development Levy shall contribute significantly to the sugar industry value chain actors by increasing cane and sugar production and productivity to enhance sugar industry competitiveness through enhanced support to farmers, enhancing milling efficiency and competitiveness of sugar and its byproducts, aligning milling capacity with cane availability, promoting value addition and favorable sugar marketing and trade, improving the competitiveness of public-owned sugar factories, and providing funding to the industry to enhance the income of stakeholders. The bill also actualizes Articles 204 of the Constitution on the Equalization Fund by providing for an allocation of Kenya shillings 7.85 billion to the Equalization Fund. Your Excellency, with National Assembly fully having discharged their lawmaking mandate, Your Excellency, as the head of state and government, is most graciously invited to exercise your presidential prerogative as vested in you by Article 115 of the Constitution to assent to the two bills. Your Excellency, sir, permit me to now invite the Clerk of the National Assembly to convey the volume copies of the bill for Your Excellency's presidential assent.
Your Excellency, I have the instructions of the Speakers of the Houses of Parliament to place before you for your assent the Sugar Bill 2022. Your Excellency, this is a bill that started its journey in the last Parliament. It elapsed at the end of the last Parliament, and it was reintroduced in Parliament, starting in the National Assembly, by the member for Navoholo, the Honourable Emmanuel Wangwe, who today, Your Excellency, is away on official parliamentary business on consent of the Speaker. The bill was co-sponsored by the member for Bungoma County, Senator Wakoli, who is present today, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, this bill was among the first bills to be introduced at the commencement of this 13th Parliament, following clamour for changes in the sugar sector. And, Your Excellency, it was introduced barely a month after the swearing in of this Parliament. It went through the legislative journey in the National Assembly. It was passed in the National Assembly and then passed over to the Senate, where it went through the usual legislative process. Your Excellency, thereafter...
So it started at the National Assembly?
It started in the National Assembly, Your Excellency, went to the Senate. The Senate passed it with a few amendments. The two houses decided to confer on a number of clauses in it, particularly the ones relating to the administration of the sugar sector generally. And the two speakers therefore appointed a mediation committee to come up with a mediated version of the bill. They did so in a record time, and the bill was finally passed by the Senate and the National Assembly only last week. Your Excellency, the Constitution requires that the speakers do present this bill for your assent within 7 days. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency, that's why the bill is before you. In terms of content, this bill returns the hitherto defunct Sugar Board into operation. The administration of matters of sugar, Your Excellency, have been administered under the Directorate of Sugar, which is under AFA, since 2013. The bill also returns the Sugar Development Levy for purposes of collecting certain funds to improve the sector. Your Excellency, the bill also...
Aren't we going backwards?
Your Excellency, the feel of Parliament and the industry during the passage of this bill was that putting together certain sectors in agriculture under AFA was weakening the agriculture sector more than improving the agriculture sector, particularly the sugar sector, Your Excellency.
But you know, won't this lead now to all the others now saying they also, you know, we had 100 and something. When I was Minister for Agriculture, we are actually the ones that helped consolidate, because we had 130 institutions.
Excellence, during your public pronouncements, you expressed support for the return of the Sugar Act, and it's come back in the form in which
I'm not sure we are doing the right thing here. But anyway, let's see.
Your Excellency.
Because, you know, in the last budget, we closed down 47 institutions. Now, I don't know about this. But anyway, I think we will consult as we move ahead.
Yes, so Your Excellency, as I conclude, just to note that the Sugar Development Levy is providing for a certain amount of money that will be levied from the sugar that is imported and the one that is produced domestically.
Importing sugar in the next 2 years. I don't see.
Yeah.
this will be self-funding. It's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very well. Is that?
So, Your Excellency, having concluded my business for today, I seek your leave to take my position at the back.
Your Excellency, in concluding to our day's ceremony, I must graciously request that Your Excellency hands over a copy of the Act to the Attorney General for publication into law, to the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury and Economic Planning for implementation, and a ceremonial copy to the Deputy President. Sir, as a mark of convergence of legislative vision and executive for Treasury for implementation, and a ceremonial copy to the Deputy President. Sir, as a mark of convergence of legislative vision and executive stewardship, you may also hand a copy to the Speaker of the National Assembly and all the honored guests for ceremonial display. Your Excellency will open and display a ceremonial copy of the Act, while all the other members display an encased closed copy of the Act. I thank you, Your Excellency.